Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Broadcasting Network, 10:50 a.m., following broadcasts in 102.3 FM and 106.5 FM. We are serving the world one household at a time. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studioz, Fire Connect, and Kimyator Peak Performance Coaching. Live from the Shelter Studios, we are here. My name is Marie Waite and our co-host Kim Yater. Kim, how are you doing?
I am absolutely fantastic and so excited about today.
Yes, let's welcome everyone to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio, where we share food, fashion, and finance. And today we have such an amazing guest. And Kim, who is our guest?
Gosh, Clayton Powell is absolutely incredible. You've got to meet him, Marie.
I know Clayton. I have met him before.
You've met Clayton. Okay, so you know, oh my gosh, actually, you've heard his music, haven't you, Marie?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I am in love with this music.
That is incredible. Okay, so now not only has Clayton served our country, he is he's a recording professor. He is an artist. He's a professor of music at Idlewild Arts Academy. He teaches drumming and piano. He is so talented. We're in for such a treat.
I totally agree with that. I had this great time at his studio when he was playing the organ. Am I right, Clayton? That was
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And he played jazz, and it's so cool.
I love jazz. I've been doing some dance lessons to jazz, Clayton. I'm gonna have to start dancing to your music.
We can work that out.
Oh, I
we
like
can work that out.
Well, Clayton, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, tell us how everything started for you. Can you just share that information to us? I know that you're in the military, but let us understand exactly how it all started.
My father's side of the family are all preachers and musicians, so everybody in my family plays music. But I probably got started playing maybe when I was 2. I took my first drum lesson at 4. I started teaching myself how to play piano at 6, and I began writing, arranging then. I got kicked out of high school for writing music in class. Wow. And then they sent me to continuation high school, where I met my math teacher, who also had a degree in choral vocal performance. So he made me sing for him at school. I took music theory with him after school, and then I had to do math in his math class. But I went to school 2 years behind, and I left school a semester early because of him. I did 6 years of math, including 3 years of college calculus. And because of him, I ended up being the honor graduate at the Armed Forces School of Music for my class in December 1990. That was about 30 years ago.
That's incredible.
That is awesome.
I mean, the fact that someone saw talent in you, and right?
Yeah, this is God bless our teachers, right?
Yeah.
The average parent is figuring that out thanks to Zoom.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Right? But that's something I've known my whole life. If it wasn't for teachers and key mentors in my life, at very pivotal moments in my life, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And I've come quite a long ways from being born to a 14-year-old Black woman in 1971. So.
Wow, Clayton, I bet you have a song about that, don't you? Do you have a song about that?
No, I'm not talking about that now.
Well, that story is an incredible story. I mean, there's so many people right now in our world that come from backgrounds that they could look at as shameful or embarrassed, and you've
no. My mother graduated high school a year before I did with her GED. She's dyslexic, but she has a PhD now, and she rose to be the 4th position at Patton State Hospital. She retired after 23 years of service over there. She has her PhD in public administration with a minor in healthcare law and a master's in computer science. And yeah, it's crazy. Uh, I actually gave a talk this past Friday at Idlewild Arts over Zoom meeting for Black History Month, and they asked me to tell my story, and one of the things that we talked about was the ideal that you're given what you're given. You know, you're given your paradigm, you're given your landscape, but it's up to you to shape your life how you want to. If you sit around waiting for the perfect opportunity for things to happen for you, it's not. You really have to be able to deal with whatever it is you're given, and then, you know, make that rock and roll, so to speak.
Yeah,
But,
that is so well said. I'll tell you, Dr. Seuss's book, Oh, the Places We Go. There is a place in there called
yes.
The Waiting Place. And if people don't know whether they're in the waiting place or not, they just need to go read that book. And they'll get
Right.
really clear whether they're in the waiting place. And here's the thing.
Right.
You guys didn't wait. Your mom took action. You followed her example. She modeled being an action.
Yeah. We don't do enough modeling anymore, do we? You know, we don't, because I mean, think about this whole show is the premise of this whole show is modeling, right? When you talk about food, finance, and fashion, you know, you're talking about, this is how you're supposed to dress. These are the places to go to eat, and these are the things you're looking for when red wine comes across your palate. It pairs best with the steak if it's cooked, you know, rare or something of that nature.
Come on, Marie, he's talking our language.
Spend our money. This is how you save your money. If this is how you use credit, because you live in a world with credit, you'll be forced to use it. So you're not going to get around not using credit, but this is how you use credit. This is how you use it wisely. This is how you can actually, some people even teach, this is how you can use credit to build your financial portfolio, right? So, I mean, but all those things are being modeled through this show, right? That's the reason why shows like this exist, is so people can have a model of what to look to, so that they themselves can then better their lives.
Well, you know, part of having a fabulous lifestyle is also having that love for, you know, different things like music. I mean, the fact that you have this studio for us, you know, for our radio show, has given us a platform to communicate with our audience. And your studio is also a place where you teach kids and learning how to play music. Am I right?
Yes, we teach free music lessons to anybody who walks through the door. If you want to learn anything about recording engineering, anything about music theory, how to program music, how to arrange music, whatever you want to know about music, walk through the door and say, I'm here and I want to learn, and we'll set you up.
So Clayton, is this connected to your arts academy?
No, it is not connected to the Idlewild Arts Academy. This is something separate from the Idlewild Arts Academy. The recording studio got started because Dr. Craig and I were recording at his house, and his wife was upset and wanted her living room back. So he said, go find us a place.
Okay.
And
well,
so
Kim has not been into your studio yet.
Not yet.
Good. Oh,
I know. And I gotta tell you, all of a sudden, my like spidey sensories are going off. My daughter is an amazing musician, and I want to know more info about the resources that you just shared. That's incredible.
Yeah. Oh, well, you can get a hold of us at 951-515-1100. That's 951-515-1100. Or you can email us at Shelter Studioz with a Z on the end. At gmail.com. And again, that's 951-515-1100. You can speak to me and we'll get you scheduled and set you up.
Oh my gosh. that is a gift, Clayton.
An absolute gift. What neck of the woods are you guys in?
We are in San Jacinto. We're actually on the busiest corner in San Jacinto, and that's the corner of San Jacinto and Esplanade. We are upstairs next to the tattoo shop. As soon as you come upstairs, we're the first door on the left-hand side of the building as you approach it.
Great. That tattoo on the way out. Perfect.
Yeah, so Kim,
we have Starbucks across the street, and there's Wiener Sticks on the parking lot, and And if your car's broke down, AutoZone is next door.
Yes, everything you need. Thank you, Clayton. Yes, Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kim, when you and I go to the studio, you will love it because Clayton has all the instruments there that he can play for us. It's so cool. I love it. I swear, he's so amazingly talented.
Come on, Clayton. So Clayton, do you sing as well? Because I mean, I did hear.
Oh no.
No, you don't.
Steven Nuremberg, I just got through telling the students Friday, Steven Nuremberg, the deal he made, because he caught me writing music in his math class. The same thing I did to get kicked out of the first school I was in. And he said, you're gonna sing for me in chorus and I'm gonna teach you music theory after school and do math in my math class. But to this day, I still don't sing. And like I told the students, I am a former Marine. If you have a problem with that, we can step out back. I don't want no hard feelings afterwards. But if you don't ask me to sing, it won't be no problem in the first place.
No,
but no, I wish I did sing. If I did, I'd be a bazillionaire by now.
So funny. Okay, what is your favorite instrument to play? Your favorite?
Oh, I'm a drummer first and foremost. That's I've been playing drums since I could crawl. I actually destroyed a Tonka truck once. My mother bought me a Tonka truck for a toy when I was like 1.5 or so, and I crawled into my father's room. He was playing his guitar, and I remember like it was yesterday. He had his reel-to-reel player back then when they had the reel-to-reel tapes, and I started banging on that stupid Tonka truck with my drumsticks, and the ad was Tonka trucks are indestructible. So my mother took it back to Toys R Us because I destroyed it.
We also know that.
But yeah, drumming has carried me across the world, 20 countries, 5 different continents, 16 years of service in the Marine and Army bands, 5 combat tours. And I've played music for the richest of the rich, the poorest of the poor, and the most powerful people in the world, presidents, prime ministers, queens, kings. I can't, drumming is my first love as far as music goes. And it's the thing that I do best. But I'm working on loving people. Replacing drums is the #1 thing I do.
Come on. So here's my question, Clayton.
Yes.
Clayton, why do you do what you do?
Yeah. Oh, the reason why I teach, I'm a high school ministry preacher, and I teach music. There's this thing we don't teach anymore about legacy, right? I had this 15-year-old student named Alicia, and she wrote this song called "Don't Say a Word," and in the pre-chorus, she says, "The drive isn't long tonight. We'll find somewhere where we can sleep and hide. Forget the shadow of fears for the rest of your years because life's not the long haul." And at 15 years old, she figured out that your life is not going to be very long. And you need to be able to do something that's that's of some kind of note. And so there really is no successor. There's two things for success. One, in order to be a success, you must be able to accomplish the thing that you were created to do. A car is not a success unless it drives. It makes a really great paperweight, but it's not a success unless it drives. The other thing needed for success is you must have a successor. If your work doesn't carry on, if the work dies with you, then the work is kind of pointless. And in any great master that you look at, if you take a look at the greatest political minds, their successors are the congressmen and congresswomen we have these days. We talk a lot about hot topic, hot button issues, but that has nothing to really do with politics. There's actually some kind of philosophy there. If you look at the greatest painters of today, they are the great paint masters of yesteryear, whether it was Da Vinci or whether it was who's the guy who just recently died? I got his name on the top of my tongue. I can't remember. All these painters had students that carried on their legacy. The musicians, they had other musicians who carried on their legacy. There's this thing about teaching the next generation, so that, and especially with music, right? The music and the arts is really how we begin to enrich our world, figure out how to survive, how to get ourselves medicine, and how to educate ourselves. The next thing in that boat is arts, right? Arts and philosophical pursuits. And so The reason why I do what I do is so that I can go ahead and enrich someone else. Everyone says, you know, Clayton, you have this great gift. Well, the deal is, it's not a gift unless you give it away, and I have to figure that out, right? Whatever gifts you have, Marie runs you and Marie, you guys run this show to give away the gifts that you have, your gifts in understanding fashion, finance, and food, and so. And granted, sometimes you get paid along the way. Amen. God bless you. You know, get paid. You know, hone your skills and get paid for your expertise. Yes, but at the same token, you know, don't forget. There's something you have to leave here that has to say that you were here, and that needs to continue and endure. So that's kind of why I do what I do. Is I have a gift and I have to give it away so that I can return to my maker as empty as I was when he made me, if that makes any sense.
Oh my gosh, you are
That's
leaving
inspiring.
a legacy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for leaving a legacy.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's amazing. Very inspiring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Clayton, I mean, this is such a great honor to have you here, you know, with all your gifts and talents that you share to everyone. And I can't wait to really hear more of your music. I know that you are also creating the song for the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio.
Yes, ma'am.
God.
Yes, ma'am. We're gonna send you some tracks for your approvals. Actually,
I can't
it's,
wait.
it's like jingle and theme song week at the studio. We have an artist over there now who's working on the new theme song for Morton Salt and a couple of other. We're doing all kinds of jingles and theme songs this month. I don't know what's going on.
Well, you know what? That is such a great gift for anyone. I mean, if there are so many businesses out there that need some of those jingles, I mean, they can easily talk to you and work with
Yes.
you, right?
Yes, we have a team staffed of writers and lyricists, and whatever genre style you want your theme song in, your commercial. We actually film commercials. We do radio, TV commercials. You can contact us again at 951-515-1100 or at Shelter Studios with a Z at gmail.com. Again, the number is 951-515-1100. And 951-515-1100.
I love that. I love that
Yeah.
you're providing already the information where people can get it. So Kim, what do you think? I mean, is this something that we can bring to people, to your clients, especially because you're coaching a lot of
Oh my gosh. Well, I was already thinking about, well, what's my jingle going to be? I literally already had that. I'm like, okay, Ken's jingle, Mary's jingle, Joe's jingle. I mean, I love it. I love it. And I'm excited to hear you play. And, you know, I have this burning question in my mind of all the people that you've played for in your entire life. Who is that person that you literally went, wow, I get to do this. I get to leave that legacy.
It was the George Bush II, but no, so we got to play for George Bush and Colin Powell. They came to Fort Stewart, Georgia. I played for George Bush there and Colin Powell when I was in Korea. But the real kicker was going to Italy. When I played it at Vicenza, Italy, we played in front of maybe 1,300 people or so. And then shortly after that, we went to Pisa. So we got to play for the mayor of Pisa, but the show rained out just as we're going to be by the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Yeah. I mean, we were all excited. The show got rained out. And so the mayor of Pisa took us to his mom's restaurant, and she fed 105 of us a 14-course meal. And then my guitarist said, hey, Sergeant Powell, you think we can go out to the beach? It was like 10:30 at night. I said, no, the beaches are closing. And the mayor overheard us, and he wanted to know what we were talking about. So we spoke to his aide, and the mayor said, you guys can go out on the beach and hang out, spend the night on the beach. So the mayor called the chief of police, shut down the beach at 11 o'clock like they normally do. And after they cleared everyone off the beach, he let me and 10 of my friends spend the night on the beach in Pisa. And so, but that was the one I was really kind of free. I was like, we're going to be in Pisa. And they're like, we're playing for the mayor of Pisa. I'm like,
Oh my
we
God.
homies with the mayor of Pisa?
That is awesome.
Clayton, nothing beats experience. Nothing beats
Yes.
experience. I mean, the
Yeah.
level of music experience, people experience, life experience you've had. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for our listeners and our viewers to really get to know you.
Yes. Now I have a question, Clayton. Who is your
Yes,
favorite
ma'am.
artist?
My
Good
favorite
question,
artist
man.
is Chick Corea, and he passed away this past week.
Hmm.
I was kind of in a funk the whole day. I just didn't. I mean, like the earth stopped because Chick Corea is really a huge influence on millions of composers and pianists, and he really reshaped the world when he brought fusion music to the forefront and made it kind of the pop music of the '70s. But yeah, and all my students were calling me from around the world going, Clayton, can you believe what just happened? Everybody was in a funk. I had one student was bawling the whole day. So, you
Wow.
know,
I have to
yeah,
continue his legacy.
Chick Corea,
Right.
the 69 albums or something ridiculous like that. And, and then the myriad of artists that he's recorded with is surreal at best, right? Unreal is more likely, but the world lost somebody very important in music last week when he died.
Yeah.
So I was introduced to him at 14 years old thanks to college radio. It was KUR Redlands.
You know what, Kim? We should actually bring some of his students here in our show and highlight some of the students that he's been teaching. Don't you think?
Oh yeah, well, I'll send you a link. Actually, you'll like this. I got a phone call at 5 o'clock in the morning on January 10th, I think it was 5 o'clock in the evening. And the phone call went like this. Clayton, the vice president of the United States they're throwing her a party in California and they want one of our students to do something and we haven't heard from any of your students. Can you find something? So I called my student Joe in Jamaica and I gave him, I called and he didn't answer. He said, I'm eating, I'll text you back. So when he called me back, he said, hey, Clayton, I was eating. What does Mary Ann want? I said, not the vice president of NewSchoolArch, idiot. It's the vice president of the United States of America. I need you to do the national anthem and then send it to me. You got like 5 hours. And so in 5 hours time, this kid, he put together, I think it was 8-part harmony thing of him doing an a cappella version of the national anthem. The prime minister of Jamaica heard about it and got a hold of it. They brought him to the presidential palace, and he currently rearranged the Jamaican national anthem, and they are voting on it in their parliament to see if they're going to adopt his version as the new official version of the Jamaican national anthem. But yeah, that kid tore it up. But I'll send you some videos of some of my students.
Absolutely. And Clayton, we are so excited to have you back, to have your crew back. Thank you for blessing us today. Thank you for being so authentic and so filled with a spirit of joy. Like we can feel the energy that you bring forth right here in this space. I can just only imagine what your music is like.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
we
you
are
for
so
showing up
blessed.
for the world, Clayton.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
We are very blessed.
I'll make sure you don't have to imagine too long. I'll get you something, Kim.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for your time, Clayton. And looking forward to all of your students coming back here. And of course, you with your music and everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, to our listeners, definitely contact Clayton if you guys need some music lessons or anything that you wanted to know about arts. And that academy, I'm sure, it's providing so many things to people. And
yeah. Ottawa Arts Academy is something else. It's the #1 school of the arts in the world. Currently, we boast a 100% acceptance rate to college. Any student who goes through Ottawa, when they graduate, if they want to go to college, they go to college. It's the only school like it in the world. There's no high school in the world that has a reputation, although it's expensive.
All right, Marie, our clock is running out and we got to have this guy back because we have so many questions we could ask him.
I'll see you guys soon. Come on up to the studio, Kim, and hang out.
I'm coming and we're going to listen on in. I'm going to get my dance.
You do that. You do that.
Bye,
all right,
Clayton.
thank you.
Bye, Kim. Bye,
next
Marie.
time.
We are live on KCAA Broadcasting Network, 10:50 a.m., following broadcasts in 102.3 FM and 106.5 FM. We are serving over 5 million households in the Inland Empire, North County, San Diego, Orange County, and San Gabriel Valley. We are serving the world one household at a time. We are also in iHeart, Spotify, Tiki Live, Ustream, Apple, iTunes, and anywhere with your favorite podcast. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Up Connect, and Kim Yater Peak Performance Coaching.